In the ever-changing world of short-term rentals, success isn't measured by a single booking or a single season.
Instead, it's about adaptability and staying ahead of the curve.
Because in this dynamic market, the key to year after year success with short-term rentals is not about finding the right guest, but about adapting your business to meet their ever-changing needs.
You're so needy.
For us, this means embracing technology, making informed decisions, and leveraging data.
It also means listening to guest feedback and investing back into our properties.
What's up, guys? I'm Steven.
And I'm Kylie, and today we are saying hello to you from Twin Lakes, Iowa.
Yep, we're back in my home state of Iowa, and it's a beautiful day, and we thought you might enjoy the view.
We also thought you might be interested in hearing about some big pivots that we've been making in our short-term rental business this year.
And we're curious how you've been adapting to the changing market and what changes you might be making in your business as well.
We are firm believers in collective knowledge and learning from each other, so be sure to introduce yourself in the comments and let us know what kind of changes that you're implementing in your business to adapt to this ever-changing market.
Before we get started, we want to say thank you to Booking.com for sponsoring this video.
They are one of the ways that we've been adapting our business this year, and we'll share more on that in a bit.
Okay, so the first way we've adapted our short-term rental business this year is to cast a wider net to attract guests.
This doesn't mean that we just want to throw our whole portfolio on every single booking platform out there. There are some non-negotiable criteria that need to be met first.
First, the platform needs to be directly integrated with our property management software.
We don't want to have to worry about double bookings or pricing errors or just the headache of having to log in and out of multiple platforms for messaging.
Second, it has to be an established and reputable company that actually has enough users to attract a meaningful amount of bookings to the property.
Yeah, that's a big one. We've signed up with other boutique or kind of startup booking platforms before and spent weeks on this onboarding process only to get like 2 or 3 bookings a year across the whole portfolio.
Yeah, so that is just not really worth our time or effort.
Third, the onboarding process has to be as quick and hassle-free as possible.
We're busy, you're probably busy, and onboarding a large portfolio to a new platform can be really time-consuming.
So with that criteria in mind, and after doing some research, it was a no-brainer for us to partner up with Booking.com.
We recently started adding properties in our portfolio to Booking.com, and we'll be continuing to add the rest of our portfolio over the next few weeks.
We're going to be totally honest here. Booking.com has kind of intimidated us in the past.
Yeah, it's a huge platform. There's hotels and flights and rental cars, and we're a family business, pretty small, and we just weren't really sure we'd fit into that really grand scale.
But the more we dig into the stats, the more confident we are that we'll be able to be bringing in consistent bookings by listing our properties on Booking.com.
That's like 45% of hosts get a booking within 1 week of using Booking.com's partner onboarding program.
And the ability to import reviews and convert and display ratings from other booking platforms so that you aren't starting from scratch.
Getting a listing set up on Booking.com was simple. We had the first one set up in about 15 minutes.
And that's mainly because we were able to import all of the photos and property information from other travel websites that we're currently advertising on.
We were also able to customize the hospitality preferences and property rules, things like setting your cancellation policy, booking rules, length of stay, discounts, etc.
All things that we have very strong opinions about.
We're looking forward to the additional exposure that Booking.com will bring to our portfolio.
And it's definitely something that you should look into for your short-term rental business as well.
Another way we've adapted is to embrace technology more.
If you've been around our channel for a while, you know that we are self-proclaimed automation skeptics.
And it's not because we don't see the value in automation tools, but this is more of a concern about being too far removed from the operations of your property, and then you start to miss details.
And that concern didn't come out of nowhere. Over the years, potential clients would reach out to us for management, and they would voice all of their pain points with their current managers, and it was pretty much always the same story.
No one was visiting the property on a regular basis, guest feedback was poor, and they, meaning both owners and guests, felt like they were just another number in this large pool.
There were some other issues that people would bring up, like hidden add-on fees or, low management commission but hidden add-on fees. But what Steven mentioned, those were the main ones.
So for a long time, we've been hesitant to add automation tools to our business, and we still do this, but with a skeptical attitude.
But we have found some smart ways to include automation tools in our business without fully handing over the reins.
Welcome to the world's first artificially intelligent operating system.
OS 1.
If you watched our video last week, you'll know that we implemented a channel manager recently. And this was a big undertaking due to the size of our portfolio and the amount of back-end data that we had to sync and make sure it was all correct.
That's one automation tool, a big automation tool that we've added. But aside from automation, we've also been using AI more in our business, in particular for blog posts. We're publishing blog posts for our guests, typically on a weekly basis, and both ChatGPT and also Jasper.ai have been big time savers for me in that category.
Having a blog is a great way to drive traffic to your website, and it's also an important guest resource.
So I've used ChatGPT to help come up with a list of blog topic ideas and also to help expand on those topic ideas into full posts.
It's also important to check the validity of what the bot spits out to you. Kylie doesn't just copy and paste what the AI spits out.
Yeah, it does sometimes sound a little bit repetitive or robotic, I guess. So I usually just take what they say and then, transform it into my own words and add some things in.
But it really does give a good outline as a starting point.
It's a robot!
One little trick that I have done is I've given it a link to another blog post that I've fully written by myself so they can kind of match my style, I guess.
It's crazy that that actually is a thing,
Yeah.
but it is.
Yeah, I would say here's a link to this and this and this blog post. So write one in the style of these blog posts, but write about, things to do in Balboa Park or something like that. It's still not good enough for a full copy paste, but it's closer.
Another way we've adapted this year, and it's not new for 2023, we do this all the time, is we look for ways that a property can be approved upon.
All of the properties that we currently own, we're managing remotely, with the exception of our big 80-acre parcel, but that's closer to our house, but that's kind of its own.
So whenever we personally visit these properties, we do a thorough inventory and we replace any items that need to be replaced.
We know that it's hard to put money back into a property when your main goal for having that property is to earn money from it. But if guests are booking a place with photos from a year and a half ago, really need to make sure that your house still looks like it did a year and a half ago and not worn down and things missing, broken, things like that.
And that takes maintenance work, attention to detail, and sometimes putting more money into the property to make the necessary improvements.
From the management side, this is our slow season right now. So some of our clients are taking advantage of that downtime and doing some kind of big improvements to their properties, which we appreciate.
One client is having their pool resurfaced, and that's a big expense, but it was something where it was starting to affect guest reviews.
Some other examples of client projects right now are a new roof. We've had barbecue replacements, paint touch-ups, kitchen repainting.
Some backyard amenities like bocce ball or things like that have been added.
New kitchen faucets and bathroom faucets. All things that are going to either improve the guest experience, help get more bookings, and just overall improve the value of the property.
I have been making some home improvements.
The fourth thing that we've been doing to adapt in a competitive market is really doing a detailed listing audit across the portfolio.
We hired an assistant property manager for our business at the end of last year, and one of his first big projects for this year was to go through all of the listings in our portfolio and complete a few things.
First, he read through all the listing copy and photo captions and just tweaked things to add a little more flair here and there.
He also made sure that all of the different amenities were properly checked for each platform. And this is a super important one because booking platforms are also constantly having to evolve to meet guest needs, and updating amenity filters is one way that they're doing that.
Yeah, so if it's been a while since you went through all your listing details, particularly the amenity list, it's time to log into your property and make sure those are all up to date.
And number 5 is a portfolio-wide photo audit. We've had a lot of these properties in our portfolio for several years, and it's definitely time for a photo update for many of them.
Yeah, that's going to be a big focus of ours in the second half of this year.
We're also seeing good performance in properties with twilight shots as the hero photo, and not all of our properties currently have those, so we are going to be scheduling those golden hour photo shoots as well.
Especially properties with a nice backyard or ones with a view.
If you want to go deeper on some other strategies that we've been implementing this year, like marketing, for example, we'll link a few videos on the screen here that you can check out after this.
And as we mentioned before, we'd love to hear from you guys what is working or changes that you've made in your business this year. So feel free to introduce yourself in the comments and let us know about that.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.